This is RecycleMe. It's a interactive recycling game that is meant for children. So the idea behind it was recycling is actually kind of hard and non-intuitive. There's tons of things that you think should be placed in one bin but actually placed in another, or you might need to like clean them or peel off a strong adhesive sticker. And I wanted to both help people find it more fun and also learn about it. And I thought that children would enjoy a simple game. They would be more willing to engage with recycling, and they would build strong habits to carry on with them later in life. So I'm going to go over the game quickly, and then I'll show you the diagrams and the code. So we have a main screen, and we have 3 buttons. Learn to Recycle just takes us to the New York City Sanitation Department's website to better learn how to recycle and all those good details. Exit game will exit the game. A new game will put us in the main game loop, where we can have our recyclable in the middle, our lives, our score, and we're going to take actions on the right to make the item ready for disposal if it needs any actions, and if it doesn't, we just throw it right into a bin. Domino's pizza boxes are very greasy, and so they're actually not recyclable in the cardboard bin. Here we have some leftover peanut butter. It's not too much, we're still going to clean it, throw it in plastic. Actually, in New York City, you're not supposed to recycle most of your ice cream cartons, whether or not you knew that. So we will trash it, and you just repeat this. Click the wrong thing, you lose lives, and then we're just going to get out of this loop. There's a stats screen after each game. The stats are based on an average of your score, and they tell you like the positive benefits of your recycling. And that is the main game. Fun fact, everything in the game except for this RecycleMe title card is a button, including all the game objects. Okay, so now we're going to look at the design. It follows pretty cleanly to the UML diagram. We have a main menu. We can exit it and come back to it in a couple different ways, either through learning to recycle, or inserting a game loop, going through that until we run out of lives, coming back, or by exiting the actual program. And that's our game loop. And now what's underneath the hood? We have a button class that almost everything is derived from. It has a ton of members and methods. It has a constructor, deconstructor, and a copy constructor, which you'll see later. And then we have all these different buttons that are specialized. We have action buttons, which were for the actions you could take in the main game. Bin buttons, which were used for the bins you could place things into in the main game. Game buttons, which were used for all of the game objects actually are buttons, even though you can't click them. And the hearts are actually buttons as well. So they're all siblings of one base class. The code has all our .h's and .cpp files. We import various things like for randomizing and file output, and then we use SFML, which is a C++ library for game graphics and sound and all that, and we use their graphics and their audio sections specifically. We have a ton of helper functions outside, and as well as constants outside of the game, because our game has let me get down to it. So the game all runs in this while loop. We have various different helper functions like poll events and poll game events, and these are special functions that have like a priority. So if you're in one of these states and you trigger like poll events, what will happen is that function will run no matter what. It has like a higher priority than everything else going on. And it's put into a queue as well. So that's how we're able to make the game interactive. And based on what screen we're on, we're going to be updating different textures and drawing different things to the screen. And we're going to go up to here. We have an array of pointers for all our buttons, or all our game buttons, because we want to be able to cycle through them for the game, but we don't want to remake them every single time. So we use an array of pointers, which is right here. Then in button.cpp, you'll see that we use dynamic memory allocation for the sprite, because sprites need a texture when you load them. Like you can't create so from SFML, you cannot create a sprite without a texture. So we create all our sprites at runtime when they're actually getting used and needed, and we're not wasting all this space and or creating them too early. We also have a separate constructor over here, or this is our copy constructor right here, and we have our destructor somewhere right here. And then we have some other overloaded functions, like a reset function that, based on the amount of actions you can take on a game button item, will reset a different amount. And that's about where the code is at. Oh, and we have some utility, like one utility function that helps us helps us open the browser based on your operating system. That's where RecycleMe is currently at. In the future, I'd love to find some way to maybe AI generate drawings, because while the code is quite modular and it's easy for me to add buttons in the code, it's like 5 lines for any kind of game button, and I could scale up the states like a infinite amount. I have to hand draw all of the sprites and then all of their different states, and that's where I would like to take the project in the future. Thank you for your time.